So a few years ago, I made a video called "Watch This Video Before Graduating High School," and I thought, why not have a similar discussion, but involve someone else, have a little interview on the subject of graduating high school, stuff about it, and a bit of life after high school. So here goes nothing. And I ended up meeting a guy who went viral on TikTok some years ago. And forgive me, what was your name again?
Mar.
Mar,
Mhm.
like the name on TikTok.
Me some Skittles, but I didn't want to pay for them. And then one of the store attendants came up to me and was like, put that back. And then he grabbed my arm and I said, don't touch me.
Well, my actual name is Marquise. I was bullied for my name, and one of my first best friends at the time called me Mar, and I was like, I like that name. Now I actually love my name, but I feel like Mar fits me better.
When did you graduate high school?
2019.
Oh, same. One thing I wanted to ask though was how would you overall describe your experience in high school?
My years in high school?
Like your overall experience.
Um, I was known as a sad kid.
A sad
So
kid.
yeah, like oh my art teacher. Well, I'm not gonna say my art teacher because went to school for graphic design. I wanted to be in culinary. My teacher gave me this art book, and I ripped so many pages out. Now it's completely different, but it was like filled with like stuff like this, and then it had like a bunch of words. Like I had like multiple pages of words of like I don't know things that will like go on in my head basically, which is basically things that people have told me over the years like kill yourself, no no no, leave me alone, all this like dark stuff. And it's because I went most of my life without talking, like most of my school career without talking. I didn't have many friends, and then the friends that I make were like losers as well. I've never been a part of the cool crowd. And then once I got to high school, I thought it was gonna like change. Uh, it didn't. I remember like I'm not gonna say I never said I got beat up, but it was just I didn't care enough to fight back. I feel like that's what it was. I just didn't care enough to fight back. So I just allowed people to like walk all over me.
Like
And I feel
verbally?
like verbally, physically and verbally. Well, no, because I would still talk shit, but like I feel like it was just because I didn't have that person or people in my corner to like help me build that confidence up. Everybody in school like hated me in middle and high school and stuff like that. So I never really had like that like kind of big brother, big sister of like you talking to them? Oh, you gonna have to see about me. So I just shut my mouth, and if I had a problem, I would just talk shit and get beat up at the school for it or run away.
Like you actually
Like
gotten
you actually
beaten
got
up.
beaten up. Yeah, literal. Well, basically, yeah, but like not like the movies of like we're fighting and I'm getting punched in the face. It was more like a I'm walking away because I don't care, and they're walking behind me and they just hit me. I remember one time I was walking away. It was the end of the day. Some guy was talking shit, and I was like, "Leave me the fuck alone" or whatever. I'll smack the shit out of you. The bell rung. Well, I already knew something was going on because they were like huddled up, and I was all the way on this other side of the class. And then the bell rung, and I already knew something was going down. I walked. I felt a group of people behind me, and then I keep walking, and he's like, "Stop, stop!" And I'm like, "I'm not about to fight you." We passed like a green like light pole almost, and then he hit me. I caught my hand and I hit my hand against my hand. I had my head against my hand. Slapped the pole. It made a ringing sound, and then everybody was like, "Oh my God, you hit his head against the pole!" And like they teased me about it, so no one would hear that my head didn't actually hit the pole. And then he ended up grabbing my book bag, slamming me against the ground, and like running away, which is crazy because you beat me up. Why are you running away? And the teachers aren't here. Like nobody's confronting you about it. So it was just one of those things where I never really had anyone help me. So what's the point of fighting back? But now I'm not letting shit slide.
Would you say that's probably one of your least favorite memories?
Yeah, Because once I was so embarrassed to go back to school because I knew this one kid named Naeem. He never let shit go, and the next day he brought it up, and I guess there was recordings. I've never seen the recordings, but like he was telling me like, oh, people recorded. Oh my god, da 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 da. And I was like, I don't really care. And he kept it going. Like he was the only one that kept bringing it up, and it was annoying until like 12th grade. I kind of stopped hearing about it, and then that was like the year where I just like found a group of friends that I was okay with. We weren't like best friends, but like it was one female that like was like my best friend, another guy who I had a crush on who like played gay, but he clearly wasn't, a straight guy who I don't even know what his sexuality was. I don't even think he knew, but he liked it him, and it was weird. But those are like that was like my gang. So
Mm. What would you say is one of your more best memories from high school?
graduating, cause listen, I grew up like quiet. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any sort of like anything. So I like this is so complicated. I didn't have any sort of confidence because I didn't have any friends. I didn't have anything. So that stopped me from even showing any sort of effort in my schoolwork.
Hmm.
If I did any everybody already thought I was a dummy anyway. And you know how anxiety is like what's this math question, and then you raise your hand and you get it wrong and you're like, damn, I'm dumb. And
Hmm.
that would happen to me a lot, and people would see me raise my hand and they'll be like, don't call him, he don't know the answer. Even if I did, and then the teachers started to like I don't know, like act like I was slow, so I started just to like not do the work. Students already thought I was dumb. I feel like the teachers already thought I was dumb, so I just didn't try. And then they would always come to me, ask me, why am I not trying? I'm smarter than this. And then once it got towards like the end of the year, people would be like, "Oh, he's not graduating. Like he's stupid. He never did anything." And then I graduated on time. Watched people get left back, and then I was sitting here like, "Y'all said I was making it through high school because there was no kids left behind and people were getting left back. So is that really me being dumb, or is that y'all being stupid and counting me out?" But yeah, graduation was like the best day.
Even when your school found out about your TikTok, that didn't. It's not a very positive memory.
It wasn't really the school. It was like a small group of people. It was like my group of friends, um, and the teacher. And then she was like, "Oh my god, you may tell people," and I was like, "No," because I felt like I was going to get bullied even more because people were already like, "TikTok is cringe, ew," and then people already didn't like me. So I was like, I don't want to turn into like one of those people in the movies where they get beat up and it's like a bloody nose and a teacher comes and I don't know,
Would you say your teacher said?
huh?
Would you say your teacher said?
Uh, she said, do you want me to tell people? Like, you want me to tell the
Oh.
class?" And I was like, no.
Mm. And so no one else found out beyond that.
No. Miss M was actually that pretty. I do hate the fact that I was trying to be cool and I was like giving her my ass to kiss a little bit because she did help me out, but I don't know. And she was cool, so I do think that she didn't tell people because then I probably would have stopped. I never skipped class. I never like missed school. I probably would have skipped her class or like started ditching.
So how would you say life has been after high school since you graduated?
Um, it 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 was better actually. I do think this is so crazy, but I think school was the worst thing that's ever happened to me because right after graduation, I I don't know. High school is such a weird place. Like if you're insecure, it would like hone in on your insecurities. You're comparing yourself to people, and like I would always get like picked on. I had like a bald head basically because my dad would get my hair cut super low, and like people would always be like, "Your hair is peasy. Why don't you brush it?" And I'm like, "I brush it. It just looks like this." So once I graduated, I was like, "I think I'm handsome," but like y'all were always tearing me down. I'm just gonna. I don't know. I just like built my up, and then it just clicked that what I said didn't really matter. because nobody cares about this in the real world. And I don't know, all that insecure stuff went straight out the window.
It's like everything that mattered in high school didn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it clicked because all the teachers would be like, whatever happens in high school, all the like cliques and the friendships and all that bullying, it goes straight at it goes straight out the window. You're insecure right
Hmm.
now. Watch when you grow up. You're gonna think to yourself like, why was I insecure about my nose, my hairline? Because it doesn't really matter. But in high school, it's a popularity contest, and if you're not a part of the cool kids, then mm,
Did you say you went to college as well?
no. I
Did
didn't go to college because I felt like I completed my goal with high school, which is to graduate.
you? Hmm.
And there was nothing really that I wanted to go to college for. And I was so stressed out with high school that I was like, I'm done. I'm burnt out. I'm good.
Hmm. Was there a career you want to get into?
I don't know. Maybe like something like art, like maybe like acting, dancing, or like I don't know, like anything with art, any medium of art.
That what you currently do now?
No. Well, I guess modeling and dancing, but I used to like really want to like sculpt or like paint or stuff like that. I like grew up making stuff, but that would be the only thing I wanted to go to college for. But I've started hearing like a bunch of about like going to school to be an artist that like it's harder for you to get a job or like you don't get paid enough or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going. It's fine.
And you knew this is what you wanted to do during high school, maybe, or before graduating?
Yeah, I wanted to be a dancer for like my entire life, like acting, dancing. And then once well, I've been like dancing since like 2017, but like since graduation and like I've been like doing that and modeling.
Would you say there's anything you miss from high school?
Prom. I didn't go to prom. Too scared.
Do you keep in touch with many people from high school since?
No. I damn. The one person, well, I kept in touch with two people. One of them went to my mom's funeral, and then right after that, see, I wasn't liked in high school, so um a mutual friend, I'm gonna say, even though she didn't really like me, like basically convinced her to stop hanging out with me. I remember the last time we did hang out. Why did he hang up? I remember the last time we did hang out. Um, she picked me up to drop me off home because I was leaving my grandma's house, and she called, and my friend was like, "Yo, I'm in the car with Mar. I'm picking him up. I'm dropping him off home." And she was like, "Why?" And then she was like, "You're on speakerphone." And she was like, "I don't care." And I was like, "I already knew you didn't like me, but at least you could do is be like nice and talk
Mm.
shit about me behind my back." But ever since then, I've noticed that she's been like distant. She like unfollowed me on Instagram, and I jokingly brought it up and was like, "Notice you unfollowed me," and she was like, "Oh my god, I didn't mean it. I'm gonna follow you back." Wow. But we don't really talk anymore. And then like my best friend, I recently just cut her off because she's all she did was play victim. She was a headache, but I kept her around because at least she wasn't fake. So no friends from high school.
So the only thing you really miss from high school is prom?
Yeah, I wanted to go to prom. Well, my eighth grade prom, my dad was like, um, which I didn't go to my eighth grade prom because, well, dance, I should say, because I always thought the things that I wanted to do, because growing up, my dad always said no. My dad was going to say no because we can't afford it. And then a girl asked me, and I said yeah, but then I turned around and said no. And he was like, we would have got you the suit. So when high school prom came, there was no one that I was like interested in, so I couldn't like ask
Hmm.
a guy. And there was really no girls that I really like wanted to go with besides like a friend. So I said no because I knew no one would ask me. I wouldn't ask nobody else, and I just felt like I would be at a table by myself while all my other friends were like grouped up together with the cool kids or what people I don't know, and I would just be by myself. So I said no, and then videos were shared, and I was like, oh, I y'all were cool. Like y'all were in a group. Like I could have came and I would have like fit in, but
Hmm.
hmm, I don't really regret it. But if I could go back, I would at least experience that.
And those are some of your regrets.
You could see I regret it. I would definitely, if I could go back and do it, I would do it. Um, but I would definitely, I wouldn't like peer pressure my kid to do it, but I would definitely like tell my kid to like make memories at school. Like if you got a prom, go to your prom because it's something that you can look back on. Even if you don't enjoy it, you can still look back on it and say, I don't know.
That's actually kind of the next question too. What advice or suggestions you give someone who's still in high school?
Um, I thought about this too. Don't take everything so seriously. I feel like when you're young, it's so like, definitely the day and age we're in now. Everything is like you're comparing yourself to everything you see on Instagram. You want to have this person's life. You want to have this person's everything, and then you go to school and like everybody, like I wasn't like well we did wear uniforms, but like I wasn't dressed cool. Like I had baggy pants, a baggy shirt because my parents was buying me stuff, so they wouldn't have to buy another uniform the next year. So I would grow into it and like imagine like a super like I'm like what like 5'8" now, and I'm like super skinny. Well, at least I was, and like I wore like a 1X shirt, pants that were super baggy, and everybody else had like fitted skinny jeans and nicest shoes, and my pants was super cheap. So I would say just don't take it seriously. Like just know that it doesn't really matter. And if they're trying to make you feel bad for it, those are people that you don't want in your life anyway. So don't take it seriously. What would you give advice to people that are still in school?
I'd say a similar thing. No one's made a video kind of like that a few years ago, and I said something similar that lots of things that go down in high school, like your status or what you do, it all kind of goes down out the window once you walk the stage. It's all kind of gone, and even then too, lots of the people that you see, like all the dynamics, the cliques, that's all gone too. Because I've spoken to only a handful of people, or seen a handful of people since I graduated. So I say something similar like that. Lots of things
Yeah,
that just don't matter.
definitely like girls. I've been like, if I do, well, I know how the world is, and I know how social media is. I know how school is. So it's like if I did have a little girl, I would definitely be more not strict, but what's the word? Like more hyper aware, I guess, of like instilling that mindset in her early. Just don't take it personal, because I know how fast it could be like oh, I'm not as developed as the other girls, or I don't have the I don't have the best body, I don't have my hair done, and I feel like within women it's so easier for you to get in your head, because guys, it's like as long as I got nice shoes and like a cool haircut, I'm fine.
Hmm.
But I mean, guys get bullied if you don't have the coolest shoes or like a haircut, you get picked on. But I feel like a girl is more like catty and more petty.
Hmm.